Hi, everybody. This is Charles Harper, and I am here with Alicia Little. And we really want to talk about something today that I think if you're wanting to help a local business and you don't know what you're doing and you really don't know how to give that business success, she's got I wouldn't even call it a method. It's something that you can do for a business that she's working on with a group of people. And Leisha, I want to kind of talk about this because, social media is not something everybody understands. So when we start talking about working with a local business, doing social media for them, what does that mean in this case?
Right. So in this case, that means offering them one specific service that will get them new customers in their door, which is what they want, and charging them a reoccurring fee for that. So every month they're paying you to keep this service running. And Charles, one of the things that I always like to tell people is, see, here's the thing with working with local businesses that makes it such a no-brainer to get into this industry of delivering services for local businesses, is that you tell the local business owner and you say, listen, Mr. Business Owner or Miss Business Owner, if I could deliver anything to you on a silver platter for your business other than money, but if I could deliver anything else to you, what would that thing be? And you know what the business owners always say? They always say new customers. Like,
Right.
can you bring me new customers? And so when they say that, I always say, I'm glad you said that, because that's the only thing I can really do for you. What I do with my system is I bring businesses new customers. So if that's what you're looking for, let's work together. And before I finish talking, they're always like, where do I sign? How do I sign up? What is the service you offer? So when you're very specific about saying, I deliver new customers for you, they're in. That's what they want.
So let's say that I'm not necessarily a sales person. I don't have a sales personality.
Right.
Is this the kind of thing where I can then say, I'll do some of this for you. You see how this works. And then if it works for you, you can come back and then I'll keep doing it for you.
Absolutely. You know, my sister is very much, I don't know if you know my sister Laura, but she's very much an introvert. So she does not like to do any sales whatsoever. But what she does do is she offers free trials to business owners, because it's not even a soft sell. It's like a no-brainer, let me help you offer. So the businesses will say, yeah, let's try it for 7 days, which she usually does 14 days or whatever. But the thing about it is this method, and when everybody reads more about it, they'll learn about it like that. But this method, it works. And when something works, the business owner doesn't want it to stop, right? So that's something that you absolutely can do. What I focus on and have been focusing on for the past 7 years in my agency is doing what works. So I test all these different things. Some of them don't work and we throw those away. And the ones that work, we like really hone in on it, go deeper and deeper and deeper on it, and then, create the strategy that makes it work. And so in this program, we've created like the strategy, the techniques. There's a drag and drop template that you will use. There's, scripts, like everything that you need to make this work is included in this package. And so it's a total no-brainer. And it's even something that you can outsource to a virtual assistant. So get someone on, Fiverr or, a VA, even somebody locally to run that business for you. And it can totally, I outsource it in my agency, so it can totally be outsourced for you as well.
So what kind of businesses make this method work extremely well? Maybe what are some that might be a stretch?
Right. So the ones that make it work very well are businesses with a physical location. So you have an address, right? And I know your address, so people can come into your store or your location. On top of that, I love working with restaurants. It works so well with restaurants. It works really good with retail and restaurants. I've used the same strategy for a bunch of different types of local business. But to answer your question, an address is important and a restaurant is ideal. It like works gangbusters for a restaurant. What type of business is it not good for? Like doing work for a coach or a consultant or a speaker. I'm always like, pass on those. Those are too hard. It's too easy to do something for like a restaurant. People have to eat every day. They're always looking for a restaurant. You know, when you put this strategy in place for a restaurant, you get results. So stay away from coaches, speakers, authors, you know, influencers, kind of guru type people. Focus on local businesses.
Now, is this the kind of thing where I can do a workshop and make attractive to people and then offer them the service at the end? Or is this something that I really need to do to go in and talk to people one-on-one?
So you can do a workshop for it. You could put up something on social media saying this is the type of service that you offer for local business. I don't even detail the service. I just say, hey, I help restaurants get new customers into their door. Are you interested? Right? So even as part of this offer, so, you know, after you get the first offer, we also offer you videos. So you can take these videos and inbox them to restaurant owners. That always works so well. And I know, Charles, you're really big on video. So I think everybody would be really interested in that. But, you know, you can, one of the things that we do is like we present at chamber events or meetups, but we also just attend different networking sessions to meet different people and talk about what we do. And that gets people in the door very quickly for us as well. So to answer your question, it can totally be something that you talk about at an event, you know, make your offer at the end. Businesses will swarm you because why? Because they want new customers. And what does the service do? It delivers new customers to them. So a ton of different ways to do prospecting and get new clients in. But the one way that I love the most is when you get that first customer in the door. And a lot of our students will tell you that they said, you know, to get that first business in, they went in and negotiated. They're like, hey, I want you to be my first business. I'm doing this strategy. You'll get your first month free in exchange for a testimonial. Not only do they usually give a testimonial, but they start referring other people to that person. So in fact, like we just got a med spa, and the med spa started referring other people to us. And so now we're like in the med spa niche that we never knew we would be in.
Right.
So it's just about, and you know, this is something that works in a med spa. Even though you'll see, Charles, that we say focus on restaurants, it really works for anything retail.
Now, I imagine that there are different ways to charge a business for this, but based on a range, what's an idea of one customer that you could charge on a monthly basis? Or, oh, here's a better way to ask the question. What would be the lowest that you charge a customer to do this if you knew that the method was working and you were giving them customers?
I mean, the lowest I would charge would be $297. So $300 is the lowest that I would charge. I've seen people say it's so easy. It takes them like an hour a month to really check in on it, that they would do it for $197. I would say $297. And then the most I've ever charged for putting this program into place was putting into place for a resort, and that was $1,000 a month.
Right, and for the most part, you talked about going back in and checking in on it. What does that mean? So you sort of put the thing in motion,
yeah,
and then your part in it is to really continue to make sure it's working, or do you have to kind of check back in on it routinely?
There's nothing that you really have to do to make sure that it's working, but we don't tell the business owner that.
Right.
So we're you know, making sure it's working in the background. So what happens, to make a long story short, because I know, you know, this is a short interview, but what happens is that you get customers that are in the restaurant to take action and share a post about the restaurant. It gets shared, their friends see it, their friends come in, their friends do the same thing, it starts to go viral. But what you can do is when you see somebody, you know, shares it, when you see somebody's talking about this restaurant and shares it as an example, you can share it back to the restaurant's page or just acknowledge. So it's just spending a minute. When I say that, I'm like just spending a minute on my phone. And now I'm just outsourcing it to a virtual assistant to do it, to check in on it. So the business owner doesn't really know what you need to do to keep the program running. All they need to see is that new customers are coming in their door. So you know, they expect to be paying a monthly fee for anything. When you talk about marketing or management, they expect to be paying a monthly fee. So it's not even a hard conversation to have with them.
So I'm going to put myself in the position of somebody who's getting this. I walk into the course. Um, what should I do first if I want to just kind of figure out what to do to get started fast? Obviously, I know there are videos there, but are there other kinds of things I need to do to start fast?
Wow, that's a really good question because the fastest thing to do is to go get like if you, so let's just do two scenarios. Let's say you already know a business that you want to go to, right? Get the template. So we've got a template, like a software in there. You get the template, you plug a few things in, you have it now for the business and you take it into the business, whether you do it as like a table tent, or I've seen people just print off the sign and put it in the business's window, that kind of thing. So you can go to the business. Like my sister went right to the business with the check-in template already done in a photo frame, put it on the table, and the business owner standing right there, and the business owner signed up on the spot. I mean, and she, we made up the strategy, so there wasn't no training to go through. You could
Mm-hmm.
just simply go into the template, print it, and make an offer for the business, and you'll understand it when you go in and see it. Print it out, put it in a frame that you get at the dollar store, take it to the business and say, I want to put this program in place for you. Let me see, let me just leave it here and let's see what it does. And the business owner says, absolutely. So Lorette did this for a cupcake shop. She actually saw on Groupon, like she was searching Groupon and saw that they were doing a big discount. So she did the same discount and maybe a little bit scaled down in her check-in sign. She went into the template that we use, put everything in, went to printed it on her home computer, went to the dollar store, put a sign, went into the cupcake shop, put it on the countertop. She backed away to talk to the business owner. This is one of our case studies. And a girl comes in and does the check-in on her phone, which is the strategy, right while the business owner is watching. I mean, we couldn't have planned it better. When we thought about it, we're like, maybe we should have planned something.
Yeah.
We weren't even that smart to plan it. And in our case study, we had, we went like this and just took a picture of the girl checking in, and we're like, this couldn't be better. So of course the business owner said, yes, let's do it. And we were able to, sign up that business owner right on the spot. And it's just a simple method that works. And when the business owner sees it, they understand that it works, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I want to just kind of wrap up and just kind of and if you can just kind of give me an idea. We talked about not being a sales personality. I know at the other end, there are people who struggle with technical stuff, right? And they may operate, the online portion of their business, but they don't necessarily like the technical stuff. Do you have to be like this technical person in order to do this for somebody else? Can you execute this without being this super technical person?
We've actually made it so simple that there's no super technicalities about it. So when I say that we have like a software, it's like cut and paste here. Let me just say this, Charles, like this course is made by women. So we're like, and my sister who, designed part of it, she's a mom. So she designed it so like a baby can do it. Her daughter is 6 years old. She can seriously log in, make a check-in sign, print it, give it to mommy to take into the business. So it really is easy to do. And I think that's what made it so easy for us to implement and get new clients with this system. But it's also what makes our system so popular, is that people like the fact that when we put together a strategy that's working for us, we make it simple. I'm a big believer that, keeping it as simple as possible works for me. It works for you. It works for the business owner. I was listening to this guy yesterday explain to me some digital marketing strategy he wanted to help me put in place for my client. So it was me, one of my staff members, and him. By the time he started talking, I was like, what is he saying? That is so complicated. And sometimes people think that complicated is good, like it's going to impress me. It didn't impress me. I said, I like to keep things simple. I can't even explain what you're saying to my client. But when I'm saying what you do with our system is you guys can read about it, but I'm just going to keep it so simple, is that you create a special offer for the business. You put the offer on the sign, you print the sign, you take it into the business. People do what's on the sign. The business gets more customers. Keep it simple.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, What I'm going to do, Alicia, for the people who are watching this, probably right below this video, there's going to be some of my content that I've written, right, for local businesses, and I'll give them access to that, and then a video series. But really and truly, even beyond, I don't want people to get, I guess, overwhelmed with our bonuses, right? They're there. I mean, they're cool. I really think it sounds like for somebody who really wants to do something different in online marketing, this is something that anybody can do.
Anybody can do. I mean, some of our students haven't even reached 20 years old yet. A lot of them are even retired, and they're like, this is my retirement plan, because it's recurring income. So they're like, I'm just going to focus on bringing 5 new businesses in every month, not 5 a week, but 5 a month, and just charge them, recurring. I'm going to work hard for 4 months, and then I'm just going to sit back and live off of that revenue that's coming in, making sure everything. So everybody has different goals with it, but it's just a system that we love, because we know that anybody, age, it doesn't even matter where you live. I live in Jamaica right now. My clients are in America. Majority of my clients I haven't even met. My sister hasn't met 90% of the clients that are in her agency. We have 2 separate agencies. Even though we work together, we have 2 separate agencies. So it's something that you can do from anywhere. You don't physically have to go into the business. We have something that's, called a check-in sign. Or like, here, if you want to get it printed for the business, this is where you go and ship it to the business. You don't even have to be there. I can't tell you. The business just gets the box. It's just so simple to implement. There's just a few things that you need to know to make it work correctly, and you're up and running, and that's what we really love about it.
That's awesome. Everybody, this has been my friend, Alicia Little. And like I said, I think this is going to be a limited time depending on when you see this. I think they're just redoing this for a short period of time. So go ahead and hit this button below. You'll get my bonuses. And then I would encourage you to do what she's saying, which is kind of just get in, get started, and really get out and get in contact with somebody and just start making this work. Alicia, thank you.
Thank you, Charles. You're awesome. Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. See you on the inside.